watching News 8.
Todd Baxter was once a member of the Rochester Police Department before he became chief over in Greece and then Monroe County Sheriff. Today I sat down with him to talk about what's been happening this month. When I asked him about Daniel Prude's encounter with police, he was quick to say we have to look at more than just policy and procedure.
You know, you look at all these cases and some, you know, did they follow policy? We always want to argue. Did they follow procedure? Did they follow a trained technique? I look at, you know, Mr. Floyd's death and again, policy, procedure. How about, you know, that's a human being right there, and we all know positional asphyxiation. We've been trained in this for years. We all know excited delirium. We've been trained in this for years. So what is disconnecting here? That someone's not walking up and tapping someone on the shoulder and saying, all right, get him off, roll him over, get him on his you know, into a gurney as quick as possible, or sit up in a seated position. And I look at that and I'm like, I think we get callous. I think we get, you know, in the mode of being a police officer, and we forget, you know, sometimes why we signed up for the job. And that's easy to do. You know, this is a job that's tough. They're going 911 call, 911 call, and it's all negative, negative, negative. And if we don't take care of our troops, we don't take care of ourselves mentally, you can get callous in this job pretty easy. And so those are things that you know, we should definitely look at that case and every other case and say, you know, policies and procedures, general orders, we got all that. We can always review. We do every case. But, you know, what are we doing for the officer to make sure they're not getting, you know, callous?
How's the morale in the department right now?
The officers right now, I think, are a bit confused, right? So there's an extreme amount of violence going on. You know, there was, I think, 60 shootings within 60 days, or maybe a few more than that, and that equivalent number of stabbings, all in a given time this summer, right? And the city cops were taking 100 guns off the street, right? And the community that lives in those tough environments are thankful that they're police officers. And police officers feel like they're doing the job, but yet the same day, they're getting yelled at and called nasty names, and it can confuse someone. Like, I'm chasing people over fences and grabbing guns, and at the same day, I might be standing on a line and being called some nasty names. That can definitely affect morale. You know, if you look at the doxing. You know, while police officers are standing on a line, they're having cell phones in their face with their family members on there. I mean, talk about demoralizing, right? That could really hurt someone and make them question, you know, why are we doing this job? Why would I be a police officer right now? Not only am I risking my physical safety, but I'm risking the safety of my family and things like that.
Chief Singletary, you and he had a pretty close relationship, as you had to, professionally. Your thoughts on his decision to retire?
That absolutely is stunning. He is just a wonderful person. You know, again, we can sit back. As leaders, we make decisions. That's what our job description is doing. Not other people do the work for us, right? And we make decisions that are good, bad. You know, we make decisions, and they're not always going to be perfect. But to call his question his integrity, to call him anything but an honorable person, I would never even dream of doing that. He's just a wonderful person.
Sheriff Baxter also addressed the demand to shift money from police to mental health services and other services like that. That's in the full interview, which you can watch right now over at rochesterfirst.com.